In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can develop a strong, unbreakable grip. And having a strong grip is crucial for both performance and for health. Because there's such a huge portion of our nervous system dedicated to the hands, when your grip starts to get weak, don't think of it as a sign that it's just the muscles of your hands and your forearms that are getting soft. It's also a sign that your entire nervous system might be slowing down. And we want to do everything in our power to prevent that from happening. Grip training can become extremely specialized, but in this video, we're going to focus on the basics, because the truth is, if you get strong at the basics, you are going to be just fine. We're going to focus on training for two specific standards. Number one is hanging from a pull-up bar for 2 minutes. And number two is being able to walk with 40% of your body weight in each hand for 60 seconds. If you can do those two things, then grip strength is not your problem anymore. So we're going to start with hanging. So over the last few years, hanging's become really popular for things like increasing shoulder mobility and decompressing the spine. And it's obviously also a fantastic tool for developing your grip. Now, you may think it's just as simple as grab a pull-up bar and hang on for dear life, but there is some nuance we want to consider when we're specifically using hanging to develop the grip. First of all is how we're going to hold the bar. In the beginning, I recommend using a thumbless grip. You're going to be able to hold on for longer that way when you're first starting out. However, once you're able to accumulate a minute in this position, I'd like you to restart, and this time with the thumb underneath. And this is the one we're going to want to use when we're focusing primarily on using hanging as a tool to strengthen the grip. The second thing is, technically, to do a proper hang, you should be able to have your legs draping straight down. And if you're trying to get the shoulder mobility benefits and the spinal decompression benefits, yes, that's true. But if you are focused primarily on grip, then it really doesn't matter what's going on with your legs. You can have your legs bent if your pull-up bar isn't high enough for you to hang all the way down in a dead hang. Number three, maybe you're one of those people who feel like their hands kind of slide on the bar. And if that's you, then I highly suggest investing in some liquid chalk. It's really inexpensive. It's far less messy than regular chalk. And all you've got to do is put a little dab on your hand, okay? That's actually more than I probably need. Just rub it in, wait a few seconds, and you will see that that little dab of liquid turns into chalk on my palms. My palms are now very dry, and I'm going to be able to hang without the hand slipping. Okay, maybe I used a little too much. And the final thing, if you're somebody that experiences a pinch at the base of the fingers, you're not alone, it's very common. So if that's you, instead of gripping the bar leading with the wrist, where you're gonna get that pinch, instead go fingers first and position the bar in a way where you are no longer feeling that pinch at the base of the fingers. Hey, real quick. If you're over the age of 40, the healthiest thing you could be doing for yourself is to start a daily mobility practice. And in order to help you do that, I've put together a free 7.5-minute morning mobility routine for you. You can get it by clicking the link in the description down below. It's specifically designed to undo a lot of the harm our modern sedentary lifestyles are causing. So it's going to open up your hips, unlock your spine, free up your shoulders, and leave you feeling a hell of a whole lot better. You can get it by clicking the link in the description down below. When you first start doing your hangs, keep your shoulders completely relaxed. Once you're able to hold the passive hang for 2 minutes, you can consider yourself pretty damn strong with your grip. However, if you want to take it to the next level, then start doing active hangs. And this is where you will be pulling the shoulders down and away from the ears. And your goal for this variation will be 1 minute. And although the active hang itself won't strengthen your grip, what it will do is prepare you to start working one-arm hang training in a way that is safe and shoulder friendly. And that will make your grip a hell of a lot stronger. Now we're going to move on to what is arguably the most functional exercise in the game. Because it doesn't matter who you are, at some point you're going to have to pick up some heavy shit and you're going to have to carry it somewhere else. Even if it's just all the shopping bags. So if you hadn't figured it out, we're talking about farmer walks. And there are a ton of great benefits you get from including farmer walks in your program. You are going to develop greater bone density because every step you take, you are loading that skeleton up, not just with your own weight, but with the weight of whatever you're holding as well. You're also going to be training core and you're going to be training your traps. You're also going to be developing grip. And although farmer's walks may seem like a very simple exercise, there are a few technical notes you should bear in mind. Number one is picking the weight up. If you are doing your farmer's walk with a meaningful amount of weight, you need to respect that weight the moment your hands make contact with it. Do not be lazy in the way you pick up the kettlebells. Instead, I'm going to hinge the hips back, load up the hamstrings, make sure the legs are doing most of the work, and then we're going to drive the hips forward to stand. Now from here we want to think about shoulder position, right? This is not good. Instead we want to roll the shoulders back and take on what feels like perfect posture. From here we're going to grip the kettlebells tightly and we're going to take them for a walk. And we want that walk to be slower paced. So think about more an easy walk in the park than you're running late for a date. Now when you're done with your farmer's walks, put them down the same way you picked them up. Okay? The set doesn't end until you're no longer holding the weights. A good goal for your farmer's walks is 40% of your body weight in each hand for 1 minute. So if you weigh 200 pounds, that would be 80 pounds per hand for 1 minute. And if you can do that, my friend, your grip is not your problem anymore. One thing that it seems that's rarely spoken about when it comes to grip training is making sure you keep the muscles of the forearm loose and supple. So you don't really need to go down an especially deep rabbit hole here. A couple of stretches done with intention and done frequently will be plenty. Okay, so the first one we're going to focus on is stretching the muscles on this side. And in order to do this, we are going to go palms facing forward, fingers facing you. And we're just going to keep the elbows straight and we're going to lean back. Now it's okay when you do this to let the palms lift off the ground. We want to do 10 slow repetitions and then on the last one, a 10-second hold. Now my wrists are kind of flexible because I do this a lot. For some people, you might be all the way back here. And that's fine, right? Start where you're at and then eventually you can start working your hands further forward as your wrists open up. Second position, same idea, only now we're going knuckles down, straighten the elbows first, and then lean back. And this can be quite sharp for a lot of people. This could be quite challenging. So once again, if you're not able to get out here, it's okay to start all the way back here. And your goal here again will be 10 slow repetitions with a 10-second hold on the last one. Okay, so let's talk about programming and how you can get those two performance standards. The 40% per hand body weight farmer's walk for 60 seconds and the 2-minute passive hang. So in the beginning, focus exclusively on the passive hang. This is going to give you the foundation onto heavy loaded carries. Now, how are you going to structure that hang training over the course of a week? You're going to use what are called accumulation sets. So if you're just starting out, set 30 seconds as your target. And your goal is to accumulate 30 seconds of hang time in each workout. So in the beginning, you might only be able to hang on the bar for 6 seconds on your first set. Maybe the second set you get 5 seconds, and then so on until you amass 30 seconds. Your goal is to do it in fewer and fewer sets until you are able to do 30 seconds straight hang. From there, move on to a minute accumulation. Then 90 seconds, then 2 minutes. And you should be training the passive hang directly 2 to 3 days a week. So for the farmer's walk, train it 2 days a week, ideally as a finisher at the end of your regular strength workouts. And with this, also take the accumulation set approach, with the goal being 1 minute. The primary difference between the way you're going to approach accumulation sets for the carries and the hangs is with the hangs, it's okay to do sets of 5 and 6 seconds. With the farmer's carries, we want to be getting at minimum 30 seconds per carry. So first goal is to amass 1 minute with a specific weight. Once you can do 1 minute straight with that weight, go heavier, start over. Once again, we're looking for a minimum of approximately 30 seconds per set. Eventually, get a minute there, rinse and repeat until you're able to do the 40% per side body weight carry for 1 minute. Once you're able to hit these standards, I suggest keeping the farmer's walk in as a once per week finisher and doing a 2-minute hang once a week as well, just to make sure you maintain the gains. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video today. I really appreciate it. If you found the information in it useful, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel so much. Thanks again, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.